Did George Foreman really rape those two women? Oh, I tell you. Vito responds back to Taco 8. This is a different type of video. And every time when I hear about rape, of course I don't take that lightly, because JT, back in the day was falsely accused of aggravated sexual assault, rape, which means I had a weapon. Took my life through hell. And this is a touchy subject for me because there are women out here, notice I'm never going to say all, there are women out here who will lie on you, make up lies. There's some brothers behind bars right now serving time for something they didn't do. And then there are some people behind bars, brothers behind bars, who did what they did. But it's also innocent people locked up. And when you talk about George Foreman, you're talking about something that happened back in the 1970s, which would make that 45 some years ago. And I believe one of the women said that she was 8 years old when he started grooming her, and then when she turned 15, he had sex with her. Now, of course, I don't know what's all true. Neither do you. But I know people will make up stuff. Same thing like they said with Bill Cosby. Did it happen? Did it not happen? My thing is with this, these women who make these allegations, 9 times out of 10, nothing ever happens to them. We can say unless somebody accepted money. But 9 times out of 10, if you look at what happened when this stuff happens, nothing ever happens to the women and they go on about their life. Now I'm not saying it to try to say when men do this, I'm taking their side. No, if you catch what I'm saying, I just said there are men serving time that did this crime, and there is men that's innocent. Just like my situation, I ain't never raped nobody a day in my life, and it took me, 15 years out of my life for that stuff to go away. They had me on the internet listed as a sex offender. My picture, everything. And when women lie and do stuff like this, I don't think they really understand the hell that it put that man's life through. And I know back in the day, even if a person wasn't famous, a lot of granddaddies, older people, older men would rape older, they nieces and grandbabies, stuff like that. It's proven fact that stuff has happened. Some have done it, some have been accused of doing it. But when you are accused of doing something with no proof, that's tough. That's tough. Randy, you asked me about Ricky Rush, the pastor at Albach Missionary Baptist Church, when that was all over the news, when they was out there protesting around the church, holding up signs. Ricky Rush just got off. I don't know if you saw that a couple of days ago. Ricky Rush, they couldn't find nothing. I'm not saying he did it, I'm not saying he didn't do it. I don't know. But they couldn't find proof of none of that, which made a lot of women mad. See, a lot of times when this stuff is happening with rape or they just making allegations, a lot of times the stuff gets swept under the table and you don't hear no more about it. But my question is to the women that lie a lot of times and then put a man behind bars or a man's life through hell, Why does nothing happen to them? I'm not saying all women, of course, once again, is like this, and I'm not saying all women get off without getting into trouble, but you do the math. The average time something like this happened, the accusers, nothing never happened to them. And that's not right. But do I believe George Foreman, just to give you, now I'm going to give you my opinion, quote unquote opinion. Everybody got an opinion. Do I believe George Foreman did that? No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it at all. But that's just my belief on George Foreman. There's a brother I know, I haven't seen him in a while. Used to see him at the food pantry all the time when I was working with the North Texas Food Bank back then. Brother did 25 years. And they finally decided to pull the DNA. 25 years out of his life, gone. Missing, raising his children, gone. Time you can't get back, gone. And that's why it's sad that you got so many that's sitting up in them penitentiaries, locked up, and missing their whole entire life behind a lie. How can you pay a man back time? Think about that. With Bill Cosby, let me ask y'all a question, because y'all know I love reading y'all comments and love catching the feedback. To my people that's watching this video, and just give me your honest opinion. Do you believe Bill Cosby really did what they say he did to those women? Do you believe Bill Cosby did that? Do you believe George Foreman did that? Do you believe Tupac raped that woman back in the day? There have been a lot of people accused of rape. And there are a lot of women, if they can't get what they want, they will start up a lie. And I'll close with this. It reminds me of the movie Rosewood, Don Cheadle and Ving Rhames. Y'all know that movie came out back then when that white woman hollered out rape, and she was really just cheating on her husband, having sex, and she hollered out rape, and they said, who did it? And she said it was a nigger. Started that one lie up and got all them black folks beat up, shot, hung, just dead violently off of one lie. And the one that was having sex with her was the same color she was. And they started hanging all them black, tore up a whole town. Y'all remember that movie? It's supposed to have been true, I think. But then they said a lot of the scenes in there wasn't true. But you just catch what I'm saying. How many times have a lie caused somebody their life? Caused somebody to be locked up? And for a man to miss out, and even if I wasn't talking about rape, it's a lot of people been in prison that's getting out innocent, period. We had 3 in our neighborhood. When you done 36 years, 30 years, 25 years, you go in young and you get out, man, you're in your 60s, 70s, 50s. You done missed over half of your life in the penitentiary behind something you didn't do. Now your children 20 years old. Children mad because they didn't get to have their daddy growing up. It's a whole lot of consequences, man, and just wrong behind this stuff. So I don't believe George Foreman did that. But once again, I don't know it. I don't know it all, and I can't prove he did it and didn't do it. I look at facts on a lot of stuff. I look at how many years go by on a lot of stuff. I look at the actions on people. And then I can't do this video without saying this before I close. I also know it's a lot of money-hungry women out here who would do stuff like that, because George Foreman has been very, very successful. And you notice with Bill Cosby, a lot of that stuff didn't happen until he was ready to make an offer on buying, what was that, ABC? I'm just throwing it out there. With that being said, y'all, and I know I'm using the term white woman in this video, but I don't mean no disrespect to her, no color, no race. If you white watching this video, I love you. I'm just saying that to rightly divide what I'm talking about, because I don't even like to use the term white or black, because that's not what we are, and you really are not white if you really think about it. We just use that name to so people understand what we're saying in these videos. But I have no I have no problem with no race, no color, even though some have a problem with me and my color. But with that being said, I love y'all. Y'all take care and have a wonderful, blessed day. Shalom.